Good afternoon and welcome to Sean Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network as we are ready for MCC Tiger Baseball here from Marshalltown. It should be an interesting matchup between MCC and Ellsworth Community College. Leading off for Ellsworth will be Sebastian Holt Moncera, the third baseman, and on the mound for the Tigers is Greg Glass. So Glass is on the mound for MCC. MCC coming in on a four-game winning streak, and the first pitch grounded towards short. Mieses Fields throw across the first is going to be in time, and there's one away. So one pitch, one out to the opening batter for the Panthers. Around the infield for MCC at third base is Luis Duran, the shortstop, Jose Mieses. Second base is John Magnuson, and the first baseman is Tony Salato. Glass coming with the pitch, and it's outside a ball. A 1-0 count here on Raceback, the shortstop. Just underway, actually getting underway a little bit early. It's supposed to be a 3 o'clock start. We're started here at before 2:50. Glass coming with the 1-0 delivery, and that misses. So 2-0. A 2-0 count here. That pitch is flied towards left field. Raising over is Barrett. He'll make the catch, and that's 2 up, 2 down. So Adam Barrett makes the catch. And the outfield for MCC is Barrett in left. Horton is in center. And in right field is Caleb Hanks. Behind the plate for the Tigers is Max McKay. On the mound, Greg Glass. So far, so good. 2 up, 2 down here in this first inning. This is a 9-inning game here. Usually they have the 7-inning doubleheaders, but this is a single 9-inning game here this afternoon. That misses for a ball. A 1-0 count here on Trent Bauer, the catcher. And that's going to hit the outside corner for a strike. So 1-1 on Bauer. Two outs here in the top of the first. Ground ball back through the box. That's going to be into center field, and the first hit of the game for Ellsworth will be a single by Trent Bauer. Well, Bauer singles up the middle, and that'll bring up Nolan Friedrichs, the first baseman. Well, Friedrichs coming to the plate now. Coming into this game, Ellsworth is 4-24 on the season. They have won 2 in a row, though, after losing their first 4 conference games to Kirkwood. They came back and beat Riverland Community College 3-0 and 11-6. So in is Friedrichs, 259 hitter on the season. Glass to the plate. There's a ground ball towards short. Mieses Fields. He'll beat the runner to the bag, and that's how this top of the first inning will come to an end on just a unassisted putout by Jose Mieses. Just the one hit for Trent Bauer. No runs, no errors, and just one left on base for Ellsworth as we'll be heading in to the bottom of the first inning. This will give us a chance to take a look at the MCC starting lineup. You have number 3, Jose Mieses. He'll lead off and play shortstop. Number 1, John Magnuson is the second baseman. He will hit second. Emmanuel Lopez is the designated hitter for Greg Glass. He'll bat third. Number 19, Luis Duran, is the third baseman. He'll bat in the cleanup spot. Number 18, Tony Salato, is the first baseman, hitting fifth. Number 8, Max McKay, is the catcher, batting sixth. Number 9, Adam Barrett, is the left fielder, batting seventh. Number 8, Jalen Horton, is the center fielder, batting eighth. And in the number 9 spot is number 7, Caleb Hanks, as the Tigers will be going against number 15 for Ellsworth Community College, Jack Lemke, just a freshman. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings, allowed 13 hits, 15 runs, 13 earned runs. He's walked 8, struck out 5. His ERA is 17.55 on the season, but he hasn't pitched a whole lot, just 6 2/3 innings. So it will be Jose Mieses to lead it off for the Tigers. He'll be followed by John Magnuson and then Emmanuel Lopez. We're ready to get this one underway here in the bottom of the first inning. As it will be Mieses to lead it off. Mieses will lead it off for MCC. As a team, they come in batting .302 with a .414 on base percentage. Scored 166 runs in 24 games. Around the infield for Ellsworth Community College at third base, you have Sebastian Holtmansera. Number 3, Kevin Reisbeck is the shortstop. Greg Anderberg, the second baseman, and Nolan Friedrichs, the first baseman. Behind the plate is Trent Bauer, and Jack Lemke is on the mound. So Mieses will stand in for his first at bat here to lead off in this bottom of the first inning, scoreless. As the infield shifts around, he gets a bunt down the third baseline. It's a good one. Play at first is not going to be in time. And there's an infield hit for Jose Mieses. Well, he lays down a perfect bunt down the third baseline. And he's able to leg it out. And now Mieses on. He's got 5 stolen bases, been caught once so far this season. That'll bring up John Magnuson. He's hitting .318 on the year. Lemke checks the runner, and Magnuson shows bunt, and that misses for a ball. 1-0 on John Magnuson. Mieses leading from first. A nice sunny day here at Sean Williams Field. A little bit windy. Wind's really blowing in from left field, so if you hit it out there, you're going to have to really hit it for it to go. 1-0 count. Magnuson at the plate. Mieses at first. He's not going. Ball's fouled back and out of play. Oh, it's a 1-1 count now. 1-1 on Magnuson. John's played in 16 games, 44 at bats. He's had 14 hits, 5 of them doubles. Pickoff throw at first. He's back safely. Is Mieses. Mieses led off the game with a bunt single after Greg Glass only gave up the 1 hit and then was able to get the last guy out. And now another throw over. Mieses back safely. Getting just a little bit bigger lead probably every time, knowing that he can get further out. Magnuson standing in from the right side, 1-1 count. Big lead now for Mieses at first. Lemke checks him, runner goes, throw down to second. It's high into center field. Mieses thought about it, but he'll stay put. He's got a stolen base. As that one was way up from the catcher. That's Trent Bauer. He just kind of airmailed it into center field. And playing in at third base is Mancera. Nobody out. 1-2 count. That was a strike. And now Mieses a good lead at second. Here comes the pitch. That's outside a ball. Oh, it's 2-2. 2-2 count. Nobody out. Base hit here from Magnuson probably would give the Tigers a 1-0 lead. Lemke. Mieses the big lead. They're holding him at second base. And now he stays there. And now Magnuson calls time. A 2-2 count. Mieses causing all kinds of trouble. Sometimes when that happens, base runner can get in the pitcher's head and then he'll leave one right down the middle for the batter. That's what Magnuson's hoping for here. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's inside. Ball 3. Now it's 3-2 on John Magnuson. A good at bat here for Magnuson, the second baseman. A full count with nobody out in the bottom of the first. Let's see what Lemke goes with here. It's a breaking ball, misses outside, ball 4. So the walk to Magnuson. And now runners on first and second, nobody out, and that'll bring up Emmanuel Lopez. He's hitting .372, 5 home runs and 26 RBIs. Nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. Lemke starting off in all kinds of trouble, and he'll step off. And really kind of see Mieses has got him thinking out there. Lopez could, the left fielder playing pretty shallow for Lopez, although with that wind blowing. Lemke to the plate, and that's going to be a strike, but it gets away from Bauer, and both runners will move up. I don't know if it was a pass ball or what, but both runners will move up. That hit Bauer's glove. The pass ball will advance both runners. And now runners on second and third. 1 strike on Lopez. And here comes the pitch. It's a curveball, and that's in there for a strike. 0-2 count now on Lopez with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Runners on second and third. Mieses had a bunt single, and then Magnuson worked the walk. Now Lemke way up on Lopez. He tries to hit the outside corner, but misses well outside. And it's a 1-2 count. Lopez has 26 driven in on the season. Base hit here could get him 27 and 28. Lemke's going to miss outside again. So now the count is even at 2-2. Lopez also has drawn 13 walks. He struck out 12 times. Luis Duran is in the on-deck circle. That pitch is fouled off, slashed down the right side, now to play. And will stay 2-2. So 2-2 count. As Lopez digging in from the right side. Lemke's curveball is going to miss high, and Bauer drops it, but not far enough away. And the full count now. Magnuson worked a full count just a batter ago and drew a walk. Let's see if Lemke comes after Lopez or not. Here's the pitch. He misses high and tight, ball 4. So Lopez works the walk. And now the bases are loaded for Luis Duran, a chance to break this thing open in the first inning. Still scoreless between MCC and ECC. Jack Lemke has walked 8 guys. Now he's walked 10. Only struck out 5, so walks have been a problem for him. That's just in 6 2/3 innings. Just a freshman. The right-handed pitcher. Now Luis Duran stepping in. The leading hitter or one of the top hitters for MCC at .337. 2 home runs, 26 RBIs. Bases loaded, nobody out. And he drives this one towards left field. On the run, he's not going to get it. That's going to drop for a hit. Now the center fielder misplays it. 1 run will score. That's all they're getting. You could see that ball just died out there in the outfield. The left fielder, Manny Olentunde, tried to dive for it. He missed it, and then the center fielder, Evan Jackson, tried to pick it up. An RBI single for Duran. Everybody moves up a bag. And the bases remain loaded with nobody out. For Tony Salato. Salato, a .338 hitter. He's driven in 20. He takes high a ball. Ball 1 on Salato. 1-0 Tigers. Still nobody out. Bottom of the first. Bases loaded. Lemke to the plate. Misses outside. Bauer's able to keep it in front of him just enough. and it's 2-0. Salado has 26 hits on the season, 20 RBIs, 338 average, 441 on base percentage, and now a mound visit for Ellsworth Community College here, as the coach will come out. 2-0 count here on Tony Salado. 1-0, bases loaded. Lemke pitching out of the stretch, and he gets it over for a strike. A 2-1 count now. But still all kinds of trouble for Lemke, and MCC a golden opportunity here in the first inning. And that hits him. He hits Salado, and that'll bring in a run. So a hit by pitch. The run scores, and it's 2-0. The Tigers, they get the base hit from Duran to score a run, and now a hit by pitch scores a run. So the RBI hit by pitch after the RBI single by Duran. And that'll bring up McKay, the catcher. Max on the season hitting .350, just 10 games though. Doesn't have a whole lot of at-bats, 20 at-bats. 7 hits, though, in those at-bats. 2-0, still bases full of Tigers, still nobody out, bottom of the first inning. He takes strike one. So McKay takes the strike. As Lemke is yet to get an out here in this inning. He's allowed 2 hits. Also hit a guy, pickoff play at second, and Duran is just able to get back. That was close as the shortstop, Racebeck, snuck in behind him. And he was able to get back in there. Probably going to shorten up his lead just a little bit after that pickoff play, though. 0-1 count. And McKay thought about it, but he's able to take the pitch. There's the ball. And now it's 1-1. McKay has 4 RBIs on the year. 1 home run. He pops this one up towards the right side. Over under it is the second baseman. Now it's drifting on him. He makes the catch, and he's able to get it back in. That was Anderberg. Nice grab in foul territory. And McKay will pop out to second base for the second out of the inning. Or the first out of the inning. Now it's infield fly rule. That's what the umpires were talking about. And that'll bring up Adam Barrett. So Barrett will stand in with a chance here with 1 out. MCC leading 2-0. And it gets away. Lopez coming to the plate, and he'll score standing. And it's 3-0 Tigers. So Lopez scores. That's ball 1 to Barrett. A 1-0 count now on Barrett. 241 hitter. He does have 8 RBIs. Runners on second and third. He takes on the outside corner a strike. Well, the count is even at 1. MCC still with just 2 hits, but already 3 runs. There's a breaking ball that's going to miss just outside. And it's a 2-1 count. Lemke coming to the plate, and that misses inside. 3-1. 3-1 on Barrett. Probably looking for a fastball here. And the on-deck circle is Jalen Horton. He would be the 8th man to come to bat in this inning. Barrett swings and misses for a strike. Well, now it's 3-2. A full count on Barrett. Runners on second and third. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. 3 runs already in for the Tigers. Lemke to the plate. It's lined towards right field. Over under it is Straw. Or actually, that's going to be out of play. That's well out of play down the right side, and Barrett will just foul it off. It'll stay 3-2. Looked like Straw was slowing down out there, but that was because he had no chance of getting to that ball. And the count is still full. Duran's at third, Salado at second, and that misses high for ball 4. Another walk. And the bases are loaded once again. And that'll bring up Jalen Horton, the center fielder, hitting just 197. And now another mound visit. This might be a pitching change here. We'll see. It will be because he can't go to the mound more than once. And looks like Lemke is going to leave after just getting 1 out here in this first inning. So we will take our first break. MCC leading Ellsworth 3-0. Just 1 out in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded for Jalen Horton. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network. Welcome back to Sean Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. Bases loaded, bottom of the first, 3-0. And the pitching change made by Ellsworth Community College as Kai Reinertsen will come in. On the season, he's 0-3. 11 2/3 innings, has an 8.49 ERA. He's a little bit of a sidearm, and he gets that over for a strike. So Horton takes strike 1. Batting in the 8-hole here for MCC. Bases still loaded with Tigers. Horton lines one down the right field line. That's a foul ball, not by much. Looked awfully close from here, but it is a foul ball. Just foul. Horton almost had himself probably going to be at least a 3-run double, maybe a 3-run triple. At least been 2 runs. But instead it's an 0-2 count. 0-2 here on Horton. As he'll step out. Reinertsen, the lefty. He's walked 16, struck out 11. And base is still loaded for MCC. Reinertsen's pitch is fouled back and out of play. Caleb Hanks on deck. He'd be the 9th man to come to the plate if he gets an at-bat here. But Horton trying to do some damage with the bases loaded. MCC already leading 3-0. Pitch to the plate, grounded towards short. That's going to be a tough play. Throw to second is in time to get Barrett. A good play out there by Reisbeck as Horton will reach on a fielder's choice. Barrett is cut down on a 6-4 putout. The run does score. Duran. And Salado goes down to third. Barrett cut down at second. That's the second out. That'll bring up Caleb Hanks with Horton at first base. And his speed, you got to think he's probably going. Hanks bunts. It's going to be right back to the pitcher. Reinertsen picks it up, throws to first. And that's how the first inning will come to an end as Hanks grounds out. So MCC gets 4 runs. Looks like 2 hits on with 0 errors And they do leave at 2. So the Tigers leading it 4-0 after 1 inning. Give us a chance to look at the Ellsworth lineup a little bit further, as they will have Travis Miller, the designated hitter, leading off. He'll be followed by Greg Anderberg, the second baseman. Evan Straw, the right fielder. Manny Olatunde is the left fielder. And Evan Jackson is the center fielder. Joe Mancera is the leadoff hitter, but it will be Travis Miller. Miller's got a good average, hitting .448, the sophomore. As McKay fires it down, Glass had a fairly easy first inning, just allowed the one single to Trent Bauer. And now he'll start with the big right-handed designated hitter. Miller's got 4 home runs and 23 RBIs. But with the way this wind is blowing, be hard to imagine someone putting it out here today, but it's possible. That ball is driven to left center field. Horton is on the run. He'll settle under it and make the catch. So 1 away here in this second inning for ECC. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitter, Greg Anderberg. He made a nice catch down the foul, down the first baseline. As Glass coming to the plate, and he'll miss upstairs for ball 1. Glass didn't throw many pitches that first inning. That's a good one, right on the outside corner for a strike. And that misses for a ball. Glass has been pretty impressive. A 1.42 ERA on the season. He misses inside ball 3. 3-1 now on Anderberg, the second baseman, hitting .271 on the season. Glass in danger of walking his first batter here this afternoon, with MCC leading 4-0. And he does just that as he misses outside ball 4. So the walk to Anderberg, and Ellsworth will have their second runner of the game, and that'll bring up another lefty in Evan Straw. Glass on the season in 6 1/3. He's allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And now we'll see how he pitched out of the stretch. That's lined towards right center field. It's going to drop in front of Horton. Now goes through Horton, and now Hanks bobbles it. All the way to third base goes the first runner. That is Anderberg. And to second base will go Evan Straw. We'll see how this is scored. It's probably going to be a single and then an error, which allows him to go to second, but we'll see. It's the second hit. Straw now on second base, and the Panthers have something working here in this top of the second inning. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Manny Olatunde at the plate. Breaking ball, misses outside. That's ball 1 as McKay will go to the mound and talk to Glass. Olatunde just hitting .171, the freshman outfielder, playing left field here today. 1-0 count. As Glass looks in for the sign. And comes with the pitch. It's lined towards right field. That's going to be well out of play. Giving a look is Caleb Hanks, but it will land like it's going to land out of play. Couldn't tell if it landed in the bullpen or not, but Either way, it'll be a strike on Olatunde. And a 1-1 count here on Manny Olatunde. Just 6 hits on the year and 35 at-bats. He's driven in 3. He lines this one towards right center. Horton's on the run. He'll make the catch in right center field. Tagging and scoring is the runner from third base, Anderberg. Anderberg scores on the sacrifice fly. And an RBI for Olatunde. And it is 4-1. So 4-1 after the run-scoring sacrifice fly, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Evan Jackson. Jackson, a .263 hitter. MCC scored 4 in the bottom half of the first, and now Ellsworth has come back and scored 1, and now they're going to check second base to make sure he didn't leave early. Magnuson thought Glass was going to throw it to second, but then it's like Rich Greif called it off, and now he had to step on the mound first. And they say he's safe. They were thinking Evan Straw might have left second base early, was the thinking there. The umpire right in the middle of the field says no. And now Glass will have to deal with Jackson. 2 outs here in the second. That's in there for a strike. Good pitch. As the wind's howling here at Sean Williams Field. There's a breaking ball that fouls off towards the left side, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 count on Jackson. Glass looking for his first strikeout of the game. Get him out of this inning, only allowing the 1. It's a backdoor slider, just missed. Looked pretty good. Thought it cut the inside of the corner, but tried to hit that outside corner with a backdoor breaking ball, and it was awfully close. Just missed. 1-2 count. Straw leading at third. Tried the same pitch, and this time missed further outside. Now the count is even at 2-2. Jackson's walked 13 times, struck out 18. He's driven in 8. That's in the dirt. Ball 3. The count is full now at 3-2. The leadoff hitter, Sebastian Holt-Moncera, is on deck. He grounded out to short his first time, but he is one of the top hitters for ECC, so Glass trying to be careful here, trying to get Jackson. Baseman Sarah the next inning. Pitch. It's popped up. It's going to be playable for McKay. He's under it, and he makes the catch in foul territory. Jackson pops out, and Glass escapes, allowing just the 1 run on the RBI sacrifice fly by Manny Olatunde. Olatunde gets the sac fly, a hit in the inning, and 1 left on base for Ellsworth Community College. Now Mieses will stand in, this time from the right side. He bunted from the opposite side. He'll face the lefty, Reinertsen. And he shows bunt again, and this time it's in there for a strike. Strike on Mieses. He's been red hot for MCC, hitting .375. He grounds this one towards short. Riceback Fields. Throw to first is in time, and Mieses will be retired. 6-3 on the putout. And 1 up, 1 down. That'll bring up John Magnuson, who had a nice at bat. Worked it to a full count and got a walk. For Magnuson, that was his 11th walk. 1 out, bottom of the second. On deck is Emmanuel Lopez, as Magnuson takes a strike. Something that Lemke wasn't doing. Reinertsen firing strikes on that first pitch. He gets ahead of Magnuson 0-1. There's a breaking ball. Looked like a curve ball of some sort. Magnuson way out in front of it. Swings through it for a strike. And now he's far behind at 0-2. He's going to have to battle here. I don't think Reinert's going to try and get him to chase. Throws that one way outside. For ball one. Now 1-2 count. Reinertson coming to the plate. That's going to miss inside, ball two. So he was way ahead. Now he's even it up at 2-2. That's kind of what Magnuson did his first at bat. He does a nice job taking pitches he shouldn't swing at, and he spoils the ones that are good pitches like that one. Running away from him on the outside corner, he's able to foul it back. Magnuson has a .508 on base percentage. And the 2-2 delivery. There's another curveball that stays outside. And it's 3-2. So full count here on Magnuson. Just like the first inning, and he's going to be called out on strikes. Magnuson didn't think so, but he's second out of the inning. So 2 away as Lopez will stand in. He walked his first time up. Now grounded towards second, be fielded by Anderberg on to first, and that's 3 up, 3 down. So 1-2-3 inning for Reinertson with no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Tigers. 4-1 MCC as we head in to the top of the third inning. Oh man, Sarah will stand in, the left-handed hitter, for his second plate appearance here in the third inning. Missing outside for a ball. So ball one. And that misses, ball two. So 2-0. Mancera's got 31 hits on the season, 12 doubles, 3 triples. They'll pop this one straight up. Duran will drift into foul territory. He has room. He'll make the catch. And that's one away. Oh, Mancera pops out. And it's 1 up, 1 down. We'll see if Greg Glass can get his first 1-2-3 inning. As Reinertson got a 1-2-3 inning for the Panthers in that bottom of the second. He went through 1-2-3 just like Greg Glass will have to do. Showing bunt is Ricebeck. He'll pull it back, and that's the ball. So 1-0 on Kevin Ricebeck. And that misses high, ball two. So 2-0 on Ricebeck. The shortstop. As Glass coming with the pitch, that's in there for a strike. Now it's 2-1. Now it's lined towards left field. Duran a long run into foul territory. He's not going to get there. 2-2 count now. As Ricebeck trying to battle. 4-1 MCC with the lead. Trying to win their 5th game in a row. Still early in this one, only the third inning. There's a short ground ball. Magnuson fields, throws, and it's in time for out number 2. Kind of a nubber off the bat. Just kind of rolled out to Magnuson, but he had time to get race back. That's where if you rush it, sometimes you can make a mistake, but he took his time and fired a good throw to get the out. That'll bring up Trent Bauer. He's hitting .337 on the year. 16 RBIs. He has not homered. He has struck out 19 times, walked 15. He takes outside a ball. Now Glass has fallen behind a number of Panthers hitters here, but he hasn't come back to haunt him so far. There's a ground ball to first. It hits off Salato's glove, kicks away. That's going to be a infield hit. Might be an error. We'll see. Probably going to be, no, it is a hit. An infield hit for Trent Bauer. That was kind of a tough hop. Looked like it hit Salato right in the knee. They might call time and check on him here. It looks like he's going to be okay. Looks like he got him right in the kneecap, and that was a hard ground ball off the bat. And that'll bring up Friedrichs, the first baseman, hitting .259. With Bauer at first base, and there's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 count. Bauer leads from first. He's got one stolen base and 2 tries. That misses for a ball. And now 1-1 count on Friedrichs. He's got 22 hits and 7 doubles. 2 outs, top of the third inning. Glass trying to get through this inning, and he misses. Ball 2. It's 2-1. A 2-1 count here. 2 hits apiece for MCC and ECC. It looks like they might have given that last one an error. Now that I look up at the scoreboard, it started as a hit, but I think they might have given that an error. Instead of the hit for Bauer, it's an E3. Swing and a miss by Friedrichs for a strike. Bauer reaches on the air. The hits are even at 2. It would have been 3-2. But instead they do give the error on that play. Full count, 2 outs, runner at first base, so he'll be running. Bauer, there he goes, swings, popped up, straight into the air. McKay ranging into foul territory. He's got room, and he'll make the catch for the second time today. Now Friedrichs pops out. And at the end of 2.5, MCC leading at 4-1. No runs, no hits, the 1 error, and 1 left on base for the Panthers. Bottom of the third as Duran will stand in. Luis had the RBI single in that first inning. It was kind of a sinking line drive that the left fielder Olatunde dove for, couldn't get it. Now he smokes one back through the box, nearly hit Reinertsen. And that's going to be another single for Duran. He just tattooed that one right back up the middle. And Reinertsen looked like he mouthed, "It didn't hit me." And thankfully, because that would have hurt. That would have hit him right in the leg. But he appears to be okay. And Luis is signed with Faulkner University, an NAIA program. He is 2 for 2 here this afternoon. Now a pickoff throw is not in time. That'll bring up Tony Salato. As Duran leads from first. Those lefties usually have good pickoff moves. That's outside a ball. And 1-0 on Salato. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. That happened with the bases loaded, so it brought in a run. Playing first today, and that's inside. He also plays catcher for MCC. A 2-0 count, 4-1, Tigers on top. Reinertsen came in with just 1 out in the first inning. Now he misses ball 3. A 3-0. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. And that's in there for a strike. But still a great count for Salato to swing here, 3-1. Looking for something he can drive somewhere. Duran a bigger lead. They'll fire over to first, and he's back easily. Duran, that big frame, just kind of has to slide over and get to the bag. As swing and fouled off by Salato. The count is full at 3-2. Yeah, Duran at 6'3". And Salato now facing the full count pitch here. He's already been hit by a pitch, and now throw over. Duran back easily. On deck is Max McKay. He popped out to second. Everyone batted in the Tigers order that first inning. And the second inning went 3 up, 3 down. And the 3-2 pitch is swung and fouled into the glove. That'll be a strikeout. Second strikeout for Reinertsen. And the first out here in the third inning. Well, that'll bring up McKay. As Reinertsen able to get his 13th strikeout of the year. And now a lefty-lefty matchup here. Inside on McKay for a ball. And it's 1-0. Duran still at first base. McKay at the plate. It's like Mancera playing in just a couple of steps at third base. And that misses ball 2. So it's 2-0 on McKay. Good count here to get a fastball. And that's a cue shot off the bat. McKay trying to beat it out, and he is going to. That'll be an infield hit. Just hit off the very end of the bat. Rolled far enough away from the pitcher that he really had no opportunity, and then by the time Mancera got to it, it was too late. So the infield single for McKay. The 4th hit for the Tigers. And with 1 out here in the bottom of the third, Adam Barrett will have a chance. He grounded into a fielder's choice. Did score a run, though. That brought in a run, I should say. And now he lines one back up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Duran is coming around third. It's booted in the outfield by Olatunde, and Duran will score standing up. I don't know if Olatunde would have had him. Might have had a better shot. Either way, Duran scores. And that'll be an RBI single for Barrett. And it's 5-1. Now Jalen Horton will stand in. He nearly snuck one through the hole between short and third, but Reisbeck made a nice play. As Horton stands in with runners on first and second. McKay at second, Barrett at first. Reinertsen's pitch, it's a breaking ball that hits the top of the strike zone for a strike. 1 run in for MCC here in this third inning. 5-1 is the lead. And McKay, a good-sized lead at second. Horton chose bunt. It's outside a ball. So 1-1 count now on Jalen Horton. On deck is Caleb Hanks. He tried to bunt his first time up and bunted it right back to the pitcher. But Horton here standing in. 1-1 count. He swings, and it's a foul ball, so the runners will have to return. That's strike 2. So 1-2 count now on Horton. Jalen just hitting 197. He struck out 25 times. He has walked 19 times, though. He's got 15 hits. We're just looking to try and find a hole. As Anderberg holding McKay at second. Kind of a big hole there between first and second. And when Anderberg went away is when it looks like Anderberg pointing to himself that it was his fault. Must have been a missed sign there. As the pitcher, Reinertson, turned to throw. Fortunately for Ellsworth, he didn't fire it in the outfield. And there's a curveball, swing and a miss. And Horton is going to run down to first. But he's out on the strikeout. So Horton strikes out. Both runners will advance, though. McKay down to third. Barrett at second. Now Caleb Hanks a chance here for the old 2-out RBI. These are the type of hits that can demoralize teams, or you get a hit here. Team thinks they're about to get out of the inning. 2 outs. Hanks a terrific bunter. That's why Mancera playing all the way in. McKay down the line. This is where it's important for Bauer to block balls, too, and McKay to get a good jump. That misses inside. So Hanks takes the ball. Swung at the first pitch last time. He tried to drag bunt it down the first baseline. And went right to the pitcher. He swings and misses for a strike. So even up at 1-1 on Caleb Hanks. Comes in hitting .356. He's driven in 4. 1-1 count here. Reinertson to the set. It's lined down the left, or down the third baseline, and that's a fair ball. 2 runs will score. Hanks going to second. The throw is going to be not in time. He's able to get around the tag. Well, Caleb Hanks with a 2-run double. A hustling double at that. 2-run score, and there's that big 2-out hit we were just talking about. 7-1 Tigers. Their 6th hit of the afternoon. And now Mieses will stand in. Now another runner in scoring position. With Hanks out there at second, at his speed, any type of hit, he's going to score. Reinertson to the plate. Mieses pops it up towards the right side. Riedrich will have a look, and that's going to be out of play. As Anderberg went further over there. Mieses a chance to drive in a run. He's driven in 12 on the year. He's singled and grounded out to short. Behind 0-1 here. And that's going to miss outside a ball. So the count is even at 1-1. Tigers got 4 in the first and now 3 here in the third inning. As Reinertson taking his time, ground ball towards second. Anderberg fields, takes his time, throw on to first. It's just in time to get Mieses. And that's how this third inning will come to an end. But MCC does damage as they get 3 hits. and score 3 runs. No errors, and they leave 1 on base. So through 3 innings, MCC leading at 7-1 over Ellsworth Community College. Well, he did walk Anderberg. And Miller will lead it off. He flew out to center his first time. Travis Miller will stand in. The big designated hitter. And Glass's pitch is fouled straight back. So strike 1 here on Miller. Now he grounds it down the third baseline for strike 2. So 0-2 count, chance for Glass to get his first strikeout. And he just missed outside a ball. So it's a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Glass, and there it is. He swings and misses for a strikeout, and then McKay fires it down the first baseline. But Miller down on strikes. That's the first strikeout of the game for Glass, and the first out of the inning here in the 4th. That'll bring up Greg Anderberg. He drew the only walk surrendered by Glass so far. He actually scored the only run Ellsworth has. Standing in from the left side, the second baseman. And he takes down low ball. The ball 1 on Anderberg. And that's low as well, ball 2. Glass on the season. Coming in, he'd only thrown 6 1/3. But he pitched really well the last home games the Tigers had versus Kirkwood Community College. I think he pitched that first game and threw quite well after Noel Diaz came out. But he's gone 3-0. Or 2-0 on Anderberg. Actually, it was 3-0, and that's ball 4. So a walk for Greg Anderberg is second, and he's on first base. After Glass punches his first Panther out with a strikeout, now he walks Anderberg, and now Rich Greif is going to come out and talk to him. Doesn't appear to be any action in the MCC bullpen. Although it does look like somebody walking in. Actually, they are going to make a pitching change here. So MCC will make a pitching change. Looks like it'll be Peyton Stevens coming on to pitch. We'll get the rest of the details when we return. 7-1, Tigers on top of the Panthers. You're watching MCC Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network. Welcome back to Sean Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. MCC leading 7-1 here over Ellsworth Community College. Greg Glass goes 3.1 innings. He allows 2 hits, struck out 1, 2 walks in the contest. 7-1, MCC with the lead. Looks like it'll be Peyton Stevens to come on and pitch here. Doesn't look like he's pitched this season according to my stats. So his first time pitching. And he brings it to the plate, and that's in there for a strike. So Stevens gets the first pitch over. And it's 0-1 count. And the runner's holding at first. That's a good one on the outside corner for strike 2. So Straw now behind 0-2. And that misses for a ball. And it's 1-2. So 1-2 count on the Panthers right fielder. Leading from first base is Greg Anderberg. He drew the walk. Now Peyton Stevens to the plate. That's fouled off. And we'll stay 1-2. Straw, the right fielder, hitting just 173 on the year. Only 13 hits and 75 at-bats. Though he did single in the second inning. He swings and misses for a strikeout. So Stevens right down and in. And unable to catch up with it is Straw, and he strikes out. That's the second out of the inning. And that'll bring in the center fielder, actually the left fielder, Manny Olatunde. Well, Peyton Stevens, normally the outfielder, normally a right fielder, pitching here today, and that misses outside. It does look like there's a lefty warming in the bullpen as well on the right side for the Tigers. There's the pitcher warming for Ellsworth as well. That misses inside. Nearly hit Olatunde. It looked like number 17, Bryce Charapar, in the Ellsworth bullpen, but I can't quite see it clearly. 2-0 count here on Olatunde. Stevens checks the runner, brings it to the plate. It's chopped out in front. That's going to stay foul, as McKay was able to hop on it, but just rolled softly down the first baseline and stayed foul. So it's a 2-1 count on Olatunde. Stevens checks the runner at first. Now brings it to the plate. It's a high chopper. Mieses will catch, throw it to first, and that's not in time. So they're going to say beat it down the line. Looked like, I don't know, from here it looked like he might have been out, but it will be a single. Looked like Mieses might have been better off just getting it and stepping on second, but that's a tough play there. It was a high chopper. He got it. He threw it in one motion, unless Salado was off the bag. It looked like he might have beat the throw, or he might have beat the runner to the bag, but either way, runners on first and second, 2 outs. That'll bring up Evan Jackson. He takes high a ball. Jackson popped out to McKay, the catcher, his first time. Just a .263 hitter. He's only driven in 8. 7-1, MCC with the lead. Scored 4 in the first and 3 in the third. Ellsworth got 1 in the second. There's a ground ball right back to Stevens. He's going to field underhand to first, and he's out of the jam. So Jackson has popped out to the catcher and now grounded out to the pitcher. That is the third out of the inning. And coming up for MCC will be 2, 3, and 4, John Magnuson and Manuel Lopez and Luis Duran. And that'll bring Magnuson to the plate. So Magnuson will stand in. He's walked and struck out looking. And the new pitcher is that one slashed foul. It is number 17. That is Bryce Charapar. Bryce Charapar will take over the third pitcher. And he's a little bit wild here. That one misses, and it's 1-1. So Charapar taking over on the mound. And 1-1 count here on Magnuson. And that misses high, so your Magnuson here, after those last 2 pitches, probably thinking whether you want to dig too far into the plate, as Charapar doesn't look like he has a whole lot of control in the early going here. But he's able to get that over. Nope, that's low and outside a ball. Now a 3-1 count on Magnuson, a chance for his second walk. Or he could get his first hit, and he lines this one towards left field. Olatunde on the run. That's over his head. He's going to get it back in, but not before Magnuson is in there with a leadoff double. So a double for Magnuson. So he's on base for the second time here this afternoon. He's doubled, walked, and struck out. That'll bring up Emmanuel Lopez. Sherapar on the season in 11 2/3. He's allowed 20 hits, 17 runs, 13 earned. Struck out 15 and walked 11. 10.03 ERA. It's coming to the plate. There's kind of a breaking ball that misses high. And it's 1-0. A 1-0 count now on Lopez. As leading from second base is Magnuson. Anderberg keeping him close. That's going to hit the outside corner for a strike. Now the count is even at 1. 1-1 here on Lopez. Emmanuel a chance to drive in his 27th run. He could get a hit here. There's like a moving fastball, maybe a breaking ball that missed inside. If it was a fastball, it was more of a two-seamer or cut fastball. 2-1 count, nobody out here in the fourth. And there he hits the outside corner for a strike. Pretty good pitch after coming inside to be able to hit that corner. And now with a 2-2, Lopez got to be wondering what he's going to come with. He's like a fastball the last two pitches. See if he does it again here. Here's the pitch. That's low. And Lopez, I don't know if he thought that was a strike or if he thought that was ball 4. Either way, it's a full count. Now a 3-2 count. And he lines it towards right center field. That's going to get down. That's going out towards the right center field gap. Cut off. Long throw to second. Lopez is going to be safe as the ball kicks away. So an RBI double for Lopez. Scoring is Magnuson. And a run-scoring double for Lopez, and that'll bring up Duran, who's already scored 2 runs, and he's driven in a run. And it's 8-1 Tigers. Lopez leading from second base. 8 hits now for MCC. That misses for a ball. One-0 count here on Duran. He's 2 for 2. Ground ball right back through the middle. That's what he's done a couple times here. And he's got another hit. Airmail and the cutoff man, but Duran will stay 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Lopez goes to third. Now Salado back in there. Runners on first and third. Still nobody out here in the inning. The new pitcher, Sherapar, yet to get an out. And he's only allowed 3 straight hits since he came on. Duran with a big lead at first. Lopez at third. And now Salado, a little cue shot towards short. Flip to second, 1. On to first, not going to be in time. That'll be an RBI on the fielder's choice. So Salado beats it out. Lopez scores. And the RBI for Salado. Duran is cut down on a 6-4. That's the first out here in the fourth inning. 9-1 now as McKay will stand in. Max has popped out to second and singled. Now a line one down the left field line, but well foul. It's strike one. MCC has out hit Ellsworth 9-3. Tigers have made 2 errors though, as that's on the outside corner strike. So McKay has fallen behind 0-2. And Sherapar looking for his 16th strikeout. And he comes to the plate. McKay slashes one foul down the left side. McKay's struck out 5 times, walked 4. Adam Barrett's on deck. He's also had an RBI single here today. And that's outside a ball. Trying to get McKay to chase. As Salado leading from first base, reached on the fielder's choice. It scored Duran, and now McKay pops it up to the left side again. The third baseman, Mancera, over to have a look, but it's out of play. McKay battling here with 2 strikes. He lines this one. That's a fair ball down the first baseline. Salato's headed to third. McKay is going to second. Salato's being waved around. He's coming to the plate. He'll score. And that's an RBI double for Max McKay. Just smoked that one right past the first baseman, Friedrich, right down the line. That was going to be an easy double, and Salado scoring all the way from first base on the play. 10-1 MCC. So a run-scoring double by Max McKay, and that'll bring Adam Barrett to the plate. He's already driven in a run with an RBI single. Everyone involved in this hit parade here today. That's in there for a strike. It's only 1 out here in the 4th inning. 3 runs already in for the Tigers. They've all really been solid hits. It hasn't been like they've drawn a bunch of walks or errors. It's been solid hits. As Barrett fouls that one well out of play. So he's behind 0-2. Adam on the season, a .241 hitter. With 9 RBIs now. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. Tried to get Barrett to chase. He does a good job laying off that pitch. It's a tough one to lay off when they put it up there in the zone, and then it just spins away from you. Here's the 1-2 delivery. That misses high. He's tried to get Barrett to chase twice now. Missed upstairs that time. He missed outside just a moment ago. So McKay out at second. He's already scored a run. Chance to score his second run. Barrett a chance to drive in his second. He stays alive and fouls that one off. It's like he was fooled a little bit out on his front foot, but was able to just foul it back. On deck is Jalen Horton. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and struck out. And the 2-2 pitch is fouled off again. So Barrett making Sherapar work for it. As he's got 1 out, he's already surrendered 3 runs. And he's allowed 4 hits. The more pitches you foul off, the more likely the pitcher's going to make a mistake. As Sherapar coming to the plate, and he finally wins the battle as Barrett strikes out swinging. Well, Barrett down on strikes, second out of the inning. And that'll bring in Jalen Horton, who's looking for his first hit. Here today, a lot of the Tigers have reached base on a hit or a walk. Horton trying to do the same here. That's on the outside corner, a strike. He struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. MCC leading 10-1. That's same spot on the outside corner, strike two. Horton a chance to drive in the 11th run for the Tigers. He could get a hit here. McKay, the catcher, is running out there, so but with 2 outs, he'll probably get a good jump depending on where it's hit to. Didn't look like Ellsworth's arms in the outfield have been too impressive, at least on the throws so far. And he takes one right down the middle for strike 3. So Horton is punched out. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sherapar, but MCC does damage again as they get 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors. They do leave 1. And after 4 innings, the Tigers all over the Panthers, now leading 10-1. The pitching has picked up for MCC. As the Tigers have, in the early going, their pitching struggled a little bit, but lately it's been a lot better. As Stevens back to the mound. And that's on the outside corner, a strike. Well, Peyton Stevens gets it over. And it's strike 1. There's a line drive back through the box. That'll be a base hit. That's the first for Sebastian Holt Mancera, leading off this top of the 5th inning. He's got a single. So a single for Mancera, and that'll bring up Raceback. As Ellsworth trying to get something going, just their 4th hit of the afternoon. And that's going to miss outside a ball. Good spot, just couldn't quite hit the corner. Now 1-0 count. That one does hit the corner for a strike. So 1-1 now on Raceback. He's grounded to second and popped out to left field. That time Stevens tried to throw the hook, but it didn't break much. Just kind of floated. Fortunately, it was well out of the zone, because those are the pitches that you throw that hanging breaking ball over the plate, it can get a hit a long ways. And that misses outside a ball. So 3-1. There's a left-handed pitcher throwing for MCC in the bullpen. But now with the Tigers leading 10-1, I think this is Stevens' first appearance pitching. I don't have any stats on him, at least. That ball's popped up and foul. And the count is full at 3-2. So 3-2 count now on Raceback. He's a .291 hitter. He's got a runner at first base, Mancera. Nobody out here in the 5th. Ground ball towards second. Could be 2. Magnuson boots it. Throw to first. Not in time. And that's going to be an E4 on John Magnuson. Looked like he was getting ready to deliver a double play ball as the slower runner raced back, but instead everybody's safe on the air. The third error of the afternoon for the Tigers. Stevens came in after Glass went 3 1/3. He got the last 2 outs of the 4th inning and came back for the 5th. That's in there for a strike. Trent Bauer, this is kind of the part of the order. Ellsworth really has some good hitters coming up. Bauer at 337. The catcher, the top hitter for the Panthers, has runners on first and second, nobody out. That's in the dirt, a ball. What could have been a double play instead now gives Ellsworth Community College a real chance here. Still trailing 10-1 on a 1-1 count coming from Peyton Stevens. That ball is slashed off to the left side and foul. This is kind of where you're tested mentally as a pitcher. Thought you had a double play ball, you got to just let that go and jump right on the next hitter. A 1-2 count. Stevens looking for his second strikeout, and that's going to be outside, just missed. Like he tried to throw a breaking ball there. Little backdoor action, trying to get it to come over the outside corner, but didn't really come back as much as he hoped. Mancera at second, race back at first. Ball flied towards left field. Barrett is going to camp under it. Now he has to race a few more steps and makes the catch. That might have been the win there. That blew it almost all the way into center field where Horton was standing, but able to make the catch is Adam Barrett. He ran a long ways, looked like he was settled under it, and then he had to take a few more steps. It looked like he almost underran that ball. See guys overrun balls sometimes, but that time it looked like he was just about didn't get far enough over. I'm going to bring up Nolan Friedrichs, 259 hitter, 1 out here in the 5th. And that just missed outside. It looks like the lefty down in the bullpen for the Tigers might be number 5, Tristan Durham. That's what it looks like from here, as Stevens gets it over for a strike. Still a long way to go in this one. Just the top of the 5th inning. This is a 9-inning game here. Single 9-inning game between these two teams. See a lot of 7-inning double headers, but today just the 9-inning variety. And that's fouled off for a strike. Like kind of a weird, I don't know if that hit the bat or if McKay was just kind of fooled. He dropped it, but still just a strike. A 1-2 count. Stevens coming back to the plate, and he struck him out looking. Friedrich didn't agree with it, but there's the second punch out for Stevens, and the second out of the inning. Now just has to get Travis Miller to get out of this without any damage. He's coming back to the plate, and there's a good looking, like a changeup. He's had Miller way out in front for a strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. MCC leading 10-1, and time is called. The wind hasn't been too big of a factor. It's been very strong all afternoon. There's a couple balls that have knocked down. That's in there for a strike. Stevens has come in throwing strikes. That's what you want to see out of the bullpen. Guy comes right in firing strikes. Normally when you're pitching ahead of guys, you're going to normally pitch okay. A lot of guys struggle hitting with 2 strikes. That's going to be in the dirt. They going to appeal it or no? Doesn't look like they are. Miller able to lay off, and it's a 1-2 count. Miller has driven in 23. The top RBI man for ECC. There's a curveball and just missed upstairs. And the count is even at 2-2. Stevens trying to get through this inning. Came on with 1 out in the top of the 4th. That ball's hammered towards left center field. Horton's on the run. He's not going to get it. That ball is going to be 1 hop the fence. 1 run scores. Here comes the 2nd run, and Travis Miller is in with a 2-run double. There's the big bat, Miller. He smoked that one to center field over Jalen Horton's head. And that error comes back to hurt the Tigers as the 2-run double by Miller. Now it's 10-3. Now you got to knuckle down here. You don't want to let the Panthers start to climb back in it. Wasn't a bad pitch. Miller just got all of it as Anderberg swings through strike 1. Miller now leading from second. That was RBI number 24 and 25 for him. That misses the ball. One count. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 2 runs in for ECC. And that's down low, a ball. And the count is 2-1. That's Greif out in front of the steps, in front of the dugout. This might be Stevens' last guy. That's going to miss upstairs and outside for a ball. 3-1 now. Evan Straw is on deck. He's got a single. MCC has out hit Ellsworth Community College 10-5. As Stevens checks the runner, comes with the 3-1 pitch, slash down the right side, but it's foul. As Anderberg was all over that inside fastball, but he hooked it foul down the right side, right down the first baseline. Saw McKay find that spot just an inning ago for an RBI double. And now the count is full at 3-2. Miller from second, misses outside, ball 4. So Anderberg draws his 3rd walk of the game. Now with runners on at first and second, still 2 outs. That'll bring up Evan Straw. Stevens trying to get through this inning. This is his first pitching appearance on the season for the Tigers. And that's in there for a strike. So it's 0-1 now. Miller had the long RB 2-run double. Looks like that breaking ball just not able to get that over for a strike. He's done it a couple times. I thought the count was 1-1. I thought the first pitch was a strike, but we'll see here. There is 2 outs here in the 5th inning. And that misses upstairs. And Greif is going to come out to the mound now. This might be all for Peyton Stevens. We'll see. As he takes the long walk to the mound. going to get a feel from his pitcher, see if he can go one more or if he's done here. You don't want to let ECC start to climb back into it. They had the big 2-run double from Travis Miller and landed just in front of the fence. The good news is they're at the bottom of the order, so you got the 8 and 9 batters coming up. 7 batter at the plate, but you don't want it to roll around to that top of the order and things really get messy here. Stevens will go back to the mound. 2-1 count. Oh, it is 2-1. That first pitch was a strike. And 2 outs. Here in the top of the 5th. Now it's 3-1. If he loads the bases here, it'll be a decision time for head coach Rich Greif. A 3-1 count on Straw. Here's the pitch. He fouls it straight back. Big hack there by Evan Straw, the right fielder. Now the count is full at 3-2. Had a 3-2 on Anderberg and walked him. Trying to get Evan Straw and get out of this inning. And he does. He struck him out swinging. Foul tipped into the glove. And the strikeout ends at the top of the 5th. Oh, good job battling out there by Peyton Stevens. As Hanks will lead it off for the Tigers. He takes a strike. All the way in at third base is Mancera. And an 0-1 count on the Tigers' right fielder. That pitch is lined towards right center field. Back on it, still drifting and making the catch is Evan Straw. The ball carried a long ways off the bat of Hanks. But Straw finally able to settle under it. And that's 1 out here in the 5th. That'll bring up Jose Mieses. He had a bunt single from the left side his first time up. And then when he's batted right-handed, he's grounded out to short and grounded out to second. And he takes outside a ball here. So 1-0 on Mieses. And that's low ball 2. Jose has just the 1 hit. He's 1 for 3. The bunt single that led off the game for MCC. Fouls that one straight back. The pitcher, Chris Bolt. Freshman righties, pitched 15 innings. And that misses outside a ball. 3-1. He's thrown 15 innings, 31 hits, 25 runs, 19 earned, 12 strikeouts, 9 walks. Mieses fouls it back. And the count is full at 3-2. 11.4 earned run average. He's also allowed 3 home runs. Mieses lines this towards left center, and the center fielder, Jackson, will settle under it and make the catch for out number 2. Now this second out here in the bottom of the 5th. And Magnuson will chop this one down the third baseline and foul. As he's behind in the count, 0-1. John has walked, doubled, and struck out. Bolt to the plate. That misses well outside. MCC scored 4 in the first, 3 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. Ellsworth got 1 in the second as Magnuson fouls it down the line again. And then they got 2 in the top of the 5th, that 2-run double by Travis Miller. 2 strikes now on Magnuson. He struck out once already. Doesn't want to strike out a second time here. The 1-2 pitch, and he's able to stay alive. It looks like it may be a slider. It started at him and then kept coming back towards the middle of the plate. He was able to foul it back. A 1-2 count. That's going to disappear in the dirt, but a good job by Magnuson laying off. And the count is even at 2-2. He really does give a great at bat for the Tigers. You're not going to get him on 3 pitches. Normally, he's going to make you work. And he does go, and that's going to be a strikeout. As Magnuson strikes out for the second time. And Bolt is through the inning with a 1-2-3, the second 1-2-3 of the game for ECC. MCC is yet to have a 1-2-3 inning against the Panthers. They haven't, as Stevens back to the mound. As we'll start the top of the 6th inning, it'll be Manny Olatunde, Evan Jackson, and Sebastian Holt Mancera. As Rich Greif talking to the home plate umpire. I think he wanted him to appeal. As the home plate umpire taking notes. Yeah, it looks like he's making some subs here. We'll see what the subs will be. Stevens is staying in the pitch. I don't see anybody new out there. And still got Horton, you still got Hanks. But it looks like as that throw from McKay goes into center field, doesn't look like there has been any changes. At least I don't see any. So just a discussion with the umpire. Maybe talking about what he might do. Or maybe he's going to make a pitching change here and he's got something set. He does have a pitcher in the bullpen. And now they're going to have both umpires discuss something. Not quite sure what is going on. Don't know if someone, I don't remember anyone doing anything strange. But a long discussion here between the umpires on the first baseline. Manny Olatunde will be the batter. He's had an RBI sac fly and a single. Stevens will have to wait as we try and figure out, the umpires trying to figure out the situation here. I don't know if someone had the wrong number when they came in or something. I'm not quite sure. MCC leading 10-3. Tigers trying to win their 5th consecutive game here. Now he's saying no. So whatever it was not right, or like they talked about it for a long time there. So now Olatunde will stand in to lead off the top of the 6th inning. Stevens back out there. Olatunde shows bunt, and it's outside a ball. Stevens has already struck out 3, and there is a bunt, and it's straight into McKay's feet, the catcher, and foul. And the count is even at 1-1. Olatunde singled, and he's flown out to center field for a sacrifice fly. Just a 171 hitter on the year. And there's another single as he ropes that one into center field. A leadoff hit for Olatunde. And that'll bring up the center fielder Jackson. And that'll end Peyton Stevens' day. But a good job by Stevens as the new pitcher will be coming in for the Tigers. As Durham takes over on the mound. Left-handed pitcher. He's a freshman from Carlisle. 6'1", 155 pounds. Evan Jackson will be the batter. He's grounded out to the pitcher and popped out to the catcher. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup here between Jackson and Durham. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Leading from first base is Olatunde. MCC still with a nice cushion, but don't want to let Ellsworth start to think they can come back in this game. There's still a lot of time to go. It's only the 6th inning. It's a 9-inning game here this afternoon. That misses, ball 2. And when you come in out of the bullpen, you want to come in throwing strikes, and so far, Durham has yet to get one over. And it's a 3-0 count on Jackson, and him only being a 263 hitter, he's probably not swinging here. I don't think he'd be one that would get the green light, but you just never know. 3-0 count. He takes ball 4. So we'll walk for Evan Jackson. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. And now is where things could get tricky as Mancera comes in. There is a righty warming up down in the pen. That looks a little... That might be Emmanuel Lopez. I'm not sure, though. As Durham coming to the plate, nearly hit him, and he almost hit the bat, too. Well, that's 5 straight balls. And going out to talk to him is McKay, trying to settle down the young lefty. As the 1-0 count here on Mancera, one of the top hitters for the Panthers at .320. He's hit 3 home runs, driven in 15. Runners on first and second. That ball's popped back and foul. Interesting that Mancera swinging after Durham had just thrown 5 straight balls. I guess you're thinking you're going to get a fastball, which he did. It looked like that might have been out of the zone as well. As Durham with a 1-1 count. See if that can get him some confidence. That's in there for a strike. Sometimes all you need is get that first strike over and start to feel better about yourself, and then you can punch in some more strikes. A 1-2 now on Mancera, trying to get the strikeout is Durham. And he does. So Mancera down on strikes. A good job battling back there by Durham after he walked Jackson on 4 pitches. Gets a difficult hitter in Mancera to strike out. He's not out of it yet, though, as Raceback will bat. He's a .291 hitter. All these guys batting left-handed. He shows bunt, and that hits the outside corner for a strike. Well, good job by Durham getting ahead. Still runners leading from first and second. Olatunde at second, Jackson at first. And that's going to miss high and inside a ball. Now time is called as the ball comes, it looks like came from the bullpen. Now it looks like there might be two guys down in the Tigers bullpen. Just kind of playing catch right now. Looks like one is Joel Rosauer. That breaking ball just missed inside. And the count is 2-1. The 2-1 count with one out. Still 10-3. MCC with the lead. But ECC threatening. There's a line drive towards left field. Barrett coming on. Now he's going to have to hurry. He's not going to get there. Ball kicks away. Mieses picks it up, throws to third. Did Duran stay on the bag? No, he did not. As he is safe at third. Wow. Looked like that was awfully tight there at third. I thought they got him. Would have been a terrific play by Mieses. And that'll be another error for MCC. The fourth error. That's an E7 as Barrett just didn't read it well. I think that might have been the win there. Ball just went up in the air and then just dies, and now things really getting close to out of hand here as Friedrichs at the plate. Bases loaded, one out. Durham gets it over for a strike. Actually, it's Bauer at the plate. Excuse me. I jumped Bauer there. Also a dangerous hitter. He's driven in 16 on the year. Travis Miller just 2 spots away, and this is really the meat of the order for the Panthers. There's another curveball, and that's in there for strike 2. Durham was able to battle back after he delivered that 4-pitch walk out of strikeout. Now he's trying to pick up his left fielder Barrett and get another strikeout here. The 0-2 pitch pops straight up on the infield. McKay out. Now in is Salato. He'll make the catch right in front of the runner Bauer. A good job by Salato, and that's the second out of the inning. Now 2/3 of the way home here is Durham trying to get out of this inning. Got a dangerous Nolan Friedrichs to battle with, though. The first baseman, 259 hitter, 1 home run, 16 RBIs. Durham to the plate. Looks like he's got a little better control on his breaking ball. He's been able to get that over for a strike. Still big pitches here. As ECC scored 2 an inning ago. Now trying to get something here. That's a little bloop shot. Mieses out. That's going to be falling in. Barrett dove for it. Couldn't get it. Runner coming to third. He's safe. 2-run score. Runner on to second. And that's a 2-run single for Nolan Friedrichs. A 2-run single for Friedrichs. Scoring is Olatunde and Jackson. On to third base goes Raceback. And now the dangerous Travis Miller standing in. He just delivered a 2-run double an inning ago. So the 2-run single by Friedrichs. And 2 more runners out there. This is the time when Durham's got to shut it down right here. Misses outside a ball. One of those wacky games. Sometimes you get these where you get up early and then the other team starts to battle back. As Durham trying to stem the tide here. Miller ground ball. It gets over Durham. Mieses coming on. Bare hand throw to first. He got him. What a play by Jose Mieses. A terrific play there. Bare hand pickup. Throws out Miller. And he's able to get his pitcher out of the inning. As we start the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Emmanuel Lopez to lead it off. He's walked, grounded to second, and doubled. Now he slashes one towards left. Olatunde coming on. And that ball almost fooled him. It was hit so hard, it was hit right at him. Just a shot line drive. That's the first out. Such a big play there by Mieses to get that out. It would have been 10-6, and ECC would have still been batting. And Duran to the plate. He's 3 for 3. Make it, deep in the hole. Raceback throw across the diamond is going to be not in time. I don't know if he would have beat that or not. It would have been close. I think that'll still probably be an infield hit. It's close. We'll see. It looks like they will give him a hit. Oh, for Duran, that's 4 for 4. It would have been, I don't know if he would have beat it or not. It was very close. It would have been a tough play. Now ground ball to short. Ricebeck on to Anderberg to first, and that is a double play. So a double play, and the inning is over. Oh, MCC still with the lead, but ECC getting closer, and now looks like Rich Greif is going to make, there is a change this time. Number 32, Hunter Cowan, is coming in left field. Caleb Hanks is going to center, and Adam Barrett to right. So coming out of the game will be Jalen Horton, and it will be Hunter Cowan going into left field. So Cowan will take over for Horton, as Anderberg will bat from the right side for the first time here today. And then Horton will come out of the game. To center field will go Caleb Hanks. And then the right field will go Adam Barrett. Hunter Cowan takes over in left. The 1-0 count on Anderberg. He's 0 for 0 because he's drawn 3 walks. He's already up 2-0 here on Durham. Christian gave up the 2 runs in the 6th. He's falling behind 2-0 here as Anderberg fouls it back. Two 2-1 count. Top of the 7th inning. 2-1 on the Panthers' second baseman. He's walked 3 times. He'll foul this one back. It's 2-2. On deck is Evan Straw. He struck out twice and singled. Now working back to even at 2-2. They missed inside. That hit him, or he looked like he's able to get out of the way. I don't know if he was mad at himself for not letting him and coming right for his ankles, so he got out of the way. Full count, 3-2 here. 10-5, MCC still leading. They jumped out to a 10-1 lead. Out trying to stem the tide as ECC has scored in their last 2 innings. That ball is hammered to left center field. On the run is Cowan. Long run to go, and he's able to run it down. Good play by Hunter Cowan as he makes the catch out there in deep left center. If the wind wasn't blowing in, that ball might have been gone. But Cowan able to run it down. It's blown in from left field, and that ball was hit. That was struck pretty well. But instead, a good catch by Cowan. That ball driven a long ways by Anderberg. Just a long out. Straw now standing in. He swings and misses for a strike. All 0-1 count on Evan Straw. There's a good-looking breaking ball that freezes him for strike 2. Straw is singled. He struck out. And he struck out. In danger of striking out for the 3rd straight time. And this time pops it straight back up. I'll go right up over us. And the count is still 0-2. If Durham tries to get him to chase here, he does, and throws it to the backstop for a ball. Got away from McKay, just maybe a slider. Now 1-2 count. Ball popped straight up. McKay drifting back. Is he going to have a play? No, he will not. And we'll stay 1-2. McKay's already caught a couple in foul territory today. You don't see it that often where the catcher gets to catch a few of those. I think he's caught 3 of them because he caught one on the first baseline too, and there he strikes out Evan Straw. And that's 2 up, 2 down. So if Durham can get Olatunde, this will be the first 1-2-3 inning for Tiger pitching this afternoon. And Olatunde takes high a ball. He's singled in his last 2 trips. He's also had a sacrifice fly. And that misses ball 2. Durham trying to get through his 2nd inning. He allowed 2 in the 6th. And he gets him to chase for a strike. It's 2-1. A 2-1 count here on Olatunde. He takes strike 2. Inside corner there, good pitch. Now the count is even at 2-2. Durham trying to punch out Olatunde. Get the first 1-2-3 inning of the day for MCC pitching. And there it is. He misses low for a ball. 3-2 count now. Olatunde is just a Just a 171 hitter, but he's had a lot of impressive at-bats here today. Now here comes the 3-2 delivery. He misses ball 4. After being ahead 0-2, Olatunde works the walk, and that'll bring up Evan Jackson. He walked his last time up. Jackson was the first batter Durham faced, because Stevens allowed the hit by Olatunde, and then Jackson came on, or then Durham came on, and then Jackson walked. That's in there for a strike. He threw 4 straight balls to Evan Jackson the first time. This time he gets it over. Olatunde leading from first. This ball is slashed to left center field. That's going to drop over Mieses. Olatunde's headed to third base. Jackson will hold at first. Just a little loop single, but it's effective. Jackson goes to first. Down to third goes Olatunde. And Ellsworth threatening again here in the 7th inning. Back at the top of the order now with Mancera. He's one of their top hitters. He's had 31 hits on the year. 32 now. He is 1 for 4 today. That ball pops out of McKay's glove, and Jackson's now going for second. And he's in there. A delayed steal by Evan Jackson as the ball popped out of McKay's glove. And now a base hit would make it probably 10-7 with Jackson's speed. Missing inside, ball 2. MCC just can't put Ellsworth away right now, as the Panthers keep threatening inning after inning. 2-0 pitch. That's in there. Nope, that's high. Must have been just a little up. Now in danger of loading the bases. Racebeck is on deck. No action in the MCC bullpen, so this is Durham's inning. A 3-0 count. And he hits the outside corner for a strike. We've seen him battle back from different adversity here today. See if he can do it one more time. 3-1 pitch to Mancera. Line down the first baseline. Salado fields. He'll take it himself, and that will do it for the top of the 7th inning. Both teams using a lot of their pitching. As McKay will step in. He's had a good day, a single, RBI double, and he scored a run. He's also popped out to the second baseman. So McKay will stand in. And he'll ground this one to first, picked up by Friedrichs, race to the bag, and that's one away. So an unassisted put out on the ground ball from McKay, and that's one away. So Bolt has retired, well, now just 2 in a row because Duran got on base. And that'll bring up Adam Barrett, who takes a ball. Bottom of the 7th inning. As Barrett slashes one to center, Jackson takes a couple steps back and then will come in and make the catch. That's about 2 pitches and 2 outs. That'll bring up Hunter Cowan for the first time. He came on for Horton in the field, took over and left. He's just had 6 at-bats. He hasn't had a hit yet. He takes ball 1. And that's down a ball. A 2-0 on Cowan. Now that's ball 3. Cowan does have some speed. He's stolen 4 bases. And Bolt gets one over for a strike. And come with the 3-1 pitch. That's in there, strike 2. After falling behind 3-0, he's come back to make the count full. Here comes the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. That's ball 4. Cowan draws the walk. He'll go down to first. That'll bring up Caleb Hanks. He's hit a 2-run double. He's flown out to right, deep right, and he bunted back to the pitcher. 2 outs in the inning. Cowan leading from first. And Hanks will foul it off down the right side. And that'll play. MCC with some action in their bullpen. It's a lefty. Nice swings and misses for strike 2 as Hanks. That might be Adam Barrett warming up. I can't quite tell, though. That misses high. As Hank's the bottom of the order here. He takes ball. A good at bat here by Hanks. Fell behind at 0-2, and now he's battled it back to 2-2. Now he swings and misses for a strikeout. And the inning is over. So Hanks down on strikes as we start the top of the 8th inning. The Panthers have gotten base runners on the last 3 innings. They've scored 2 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. They stranded 2 in each of those 2 innings as well. And they were unable to score in the 7th inning. They threatened, had runners on 2nd and 3rd, but Durham was able to get out of it with the ground ball. Now I'll have to go through the meat of the order. A good start. It's in there for a strike. Well, Bauer takes strike 1. He popped out to first. In a big situation. I think the bases were loaded when he popped out. That misses. That was when the next batter, Friedrichs, delivered the 2-run single, which he then advanced to second. As Durham coming to the plate, and that hits the outside corner for a strike. 1-2 here on Bauer. That's in the dirt, a ball. Now 2-2 count. So 2-2. Always important to get the leadoff hitter, especially late in these innings. We're about as late as you can get in the top of the 8th, and misses ball 3. Don't want to allow those leadoff hitters to get on. The leadoff hitter of any inning, especially late in the game. Still leading 10-5, but there's the leadoff walk. So Bauer walks, and that'll bring up Friedrichs. The good news is it'd probably take quite a bit to hit it out of here. Unless you hit it to right field, which a lot of these lefties very well could. That misses inside a ball. There's no action down in the bullpen. I think that might have been Barrett warming up when MCC was batting, and that's in there for a strike. McKay thought about a snap throw. Tigers have already used 3 pitchers. Panthers have used 4. A 1-1 count. That ball is hammered to right field. Back goes Barrett, still going back, and that ball is gone. A 2-run homer for Nolan Friedrichs. Or actually, that was Trent Bauer. Looks like I was down. That was Trent Bauer, so it looks like I was down a spot. So Riceback worked the walk. Bauer hits the 2-run homer. And it is now 10-7. So then Ceballos will go in, will hit second then. Barrett will go from right field to the mound. Ceballos will go to right field, and Lopez will now play second base. So no more DH for the Tigers as Lopez goes in to play the field and Barrett comes to pitch. The ball is popped up. Lopez will drift into short right field. Now come in a couple steps, and that's one away. Well, Friedrich's not waiting around. Swung at the first pitch and pops out. So one away here in the 8th. That'll bring up Travis Miller. He had the 2-run double. He's also flown out to center, struck out, and grounded out to short. That was that terrific play that Miese's made. Bare hand coming in that saved a run. Imagine if that run scored, you're looking at a 10-8 ball game right now. That's ball 1 to Travis Miller. And there's ball 2 as Barrett misses outside. Anderberg is on deck. He gave it a right out to left center his last time up. Missing inside ball 3. So now 3-0 on Travis Miller. As Barrett coming in from right field. And Miller swinging 3-0, and he's grounds it foul. He is a big bat, so you expect the green light, especially for a guy hitting 448. And it's still a 3-1 count. Ground ball to short. Mieses will field. Throw to first. That's in time. And there's out number 2. So Mieses gets Miller for a second time. This time a little bit more routine. And there's 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. If Barrett can get Anderberg, then he'd have 7, 8, and 9 to try and finish it off in the 9th. As Barrett coming set, now curveball, a slow breaking ball that hits off McKay's glove. That's a ball. Now coming with the fastball this time upstairs, ball 2. Well, he's fallen behind the last 2 hitters. Miller grounded out on a 3-1 pitch. Now Anderberg will foul it off. The count is 2-1. ECC has scored 6 runs in the last 4 innings. And that's in there for a strike. 2-2. So Barrett can get Anderberg here. The Tigers would take a 10-7 lead to the bottom of the 8th. Here comes the pitch. He's on the outside corner, just missed. Very close. McKay held it there an extra second. The umpire said no. Now the count is full at 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Now Barrett strikes out Anderberg. But ECC does it again. They scored 2 more runs on a 2-run homer by Trent Bauer. They leave nobody, and after 7.5 innings, it's 10-7. MCC trying to hold on here this afternoon. They once had the lead 10-1. There's one more pitch coming from the new pitcher, Colin Pipkin. So Bauer's throw down, and we're ready here. It will be the top of the order, Jose Mieses to lead it off. It'll be Mieses, then Diogen Ceballos, and Emmanuel Lopez. And Mieses takes high a ball. Throwing strikes has been a little bit of a problem for Pipkin. He's walked 6. He has struck out 5, but he's walked 6 in just 6 innings. 2-0 count. Mieses flies it far down the right field side and foul. And the count is 2-1. Mieses lines one towards short right field. A sliding catch is made out there by Straw. So Mieses thought he was going to get a hit, but it just kept carrying out there. And Straw makes a sliding catch. And Diogen Ceballos will get his first at bat here today. Been resting most of the afternoon. Came in to right field when Barrett went to pitch. And he takes high. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. That's in there for a strike. For ECC in the top of the 9th will be Evan Straw, Manny Olatunde, and Evan Jackson. Ceballos pops it up in the infield. Over is Friedrichs into foul territory. He'll make the catch, and that's 2 away. So Ceballos pops out. And 2 up, 2 down for the Tigers. That'll bring up Emmanuel Lopez, now playing in the field at second base. And on the day he's walked, he's doubled in a run, grounded to second, and flew out to left. And that is a ball. That's the lefty not messing around. He misses outside ball 2. Got kind of a quick delivery, Pipkin. Now there's a ball driven towards left field. On the run is Olatunde. He'll settle under it. And that's how the 8th inning will come to an end. And it will be number 29. Looks like a pinch hitter for ECC. That'll be Brandon Mockler. He'll hit for Evan Straw. So Brandon Mockler is the hitter. They take down Straw and put in the right-handed hitter, Mockler. Barrett with the first delivery. It's a good one. A curveball in for a strike. Barrett came on in the 8th, got 3 outs after the 2-run homer was given up by Durham. And now Barrett way ahead at 0-2, and now a miss outside a ball. Trying to get Mockler to chase. Mockler's only had 2 at-bats this year. He's walked once, struck out 3 times. That's in the dirt, a ball. That's where you want to make him get a hit. You don't mind trying to make him chase a couple times. But Mockler laid off. Now the count is even at 2-2. And misses ball 3. So you got to be careful. You don't want to start with a leadoff walk. Barrett to the plate. That's fouled off down the right side. That's out of play. And we'll stay 3-2. You got Olatunde and Jackson, who have actually come on quite strong here. Jackson's reached base 3 straight times, and Jackson's reached base twice. Olatunde 3 straight. There's a ground ball between third and short. Gets away from Mieses. I don't think he would have had a chance to get Mockler anyway, so it will be a leadoff single. So Mockler singles. Now the tying run is sitting in the on-deck circle, and Evan Jackson, as Greif will shout out some instructions for his infield, probably pinching double play depth up the middle. Olatunde's had 2 singles, walked, and a sacrifice fly. Barrett checks the runner at first. Back safely. MCC still out hitting ECC 11-10. That's in there for a strike. And he gets ahead of Olatunde. That's going to miss for a ball. Olatunde scored a run. He's also driven in a run, and now Rich Greif is going to come to the mound once again. I don't think he's going to pull Barrett here. But he is going to tell him probably to throw some strikes. As you're getting into the point where you got that top of the order that could roll around here, and that's what you don't want to see. If Mancera gets up, you want to see just one guy on, not bases loaded or something like that. Olatunde will stand back in. Jackson on deck.